It's a scene playing out across the borderland. Divorced parents sharing custody of their kids.
But not everyone follows the rules of their custody arrangements, and local law enforcement doesn't help parents when it comes to enforcing court-ordered custodial visits. KFOX 14 News and I's Bill Malugian looks into why. He's live with our special assignment.
Yeah, let's face it, divorce can be ugly, and it gets even uglier when kids are involved. Tonight, we look into what happens when child custody visitation is ordered but ignored, leaving some fighting to father.
The first 7 years of my daughter's life, I was basically not part of it.
She still interferes at every opportunity. It's as if the court order doesn't exist in her mind.
Javier Barraza and Mark Krieger don't know each other, but they have the same problem. Despite court orders, they say their former spouses have a history of not letting them see their kids.
My problem was with my daughter Jasmine. When she was born, her mom decided to keep me away from her up till she was born, till she was 7.
A couple years ago, my wife filed for divorce. Shortly after that time, she fled the home with my 2 youngest sons. Since that time, she's done her best to prevent me from seeing or spending time with them.
According to Texas law, that's illegal. Penal Code 25.03 says interference with child custody is a state jail felony. You can get locked up for up to 2 years if you're convicted. The problem? Family attorney Mark Davis says it's not being enforced.
I was in a trial downtown for a client of mine, a father, and he had many times told the police, I can't get my children. This is a violation of the law, please do something about it. And he repeatedly was told that that's a civil matter, it's not a criminal matter. Later on, I tried the case, and I subpoenaed those police officers, and they confirmed what they had told him. It's a policy of the El Paso Police Department that we don't make arrests for the Texas Penal Code interference with child custody, which is a felony.
Freedom of Information Act documents show the El Paso Police Department's written policy. It says police will review every report of interference with child custody and enforce it, but there are no records of enforcement by El Paso Police, the Sheriff's Office, or the District Attorney in the year 2012. Emails between El Paso County Sheriff's deputies show confusion about the law. This email sent in June of 2012 from a lieutenant to a commander says officials in the DA's office told his deputies they don't handle civil matters and that they don't waste their time with them. He also says deputies worry about administrative action if they process the case through.
But what about El Paso Police? Do they share that same confusion and those same concerns? I've waited weeks for the department to get back to me on my calls and emails, but as of today, they haven't. But I was able to get a little bit of insight from somebody who knows the department's past policy. Former El Paso Police Commander Roy Davis. He spent 20 years in the force and eventually rose to the department's 3rd highest rank.
During my tenure there, it actually was not enforced.
Davis says when he tried to push through interference with child custody reports, his supervisors would question him.
The response was pretty much, why are you doing this? It's kind of a waste of time. It's not going to go anywhere anyway. And they would even say this is civil. This is a family issue. We as police officers don't get involved in family issues, so therefore you shouldn't be doing this. But of course my response always was, it's in the penal code.
In your tenure there, do you ever recall a case actually going through?
During my time, I personally was unaware of any case that actually went all the way through the system and was looked upon or prosecuted.
In 20 years?
In 20 years.
El Paso County District Attorney Jaime Esparza told me why so few, if any, of those cases ever end up here.
It is generally a civil matter, but it can be criminal. And so as a result, if you just look at our numbers, we don't take very many of these cases because, one, they're family members and they're really complex. And as a rule, they're civil matters. And there's a fine line between when does the civil conduct, the civil wrong, actually bleed over and become criminal conduct.
Esparza says in 2013, his office received more than 70 non-arrest case referrals for child custody interference, but only accepted one of them. He says with family cases, there's usually so much he said, she said, and different variables that it can be extremely difficult to prosecute in a criminal manner.
It's tough because it's in a very gray area, because as you say, technically, it's a felony. And so we're aware of that. It's just, is it really smart for us to be enforcing the family court order when the family law judge can be doing that and not having to use the criminal justice system?
I showed Esparza the Sheriff's Department emails fearing retribution for case referrals.
What's your response to that?
Well, I think there's, I don't think that's accurate.
As far as you know, though, has one of these cases ever actually gone through to like prosecution?
That's a really good question. You know, my numbers indicate that we accept very few of these cases, so my guess is we probably have prosecuted a handful of cases.
But these parents say a handful is not enough.
You can't make up time. There's no way you can make up time. She'll never be 2, 7, ever again. Push
A shopping cart off the Walmart parking lot and see how much legal trouble you get into. It'll be measurable and significant, but interfere with custody of a child and virtually nobody cares.
Now, Esparza says family court could pursue cases regarding custody. His office says they have some enforcement power and can pursue some of the child custody in a non-criminal manner, but as of this newscast, we don't have a number on exactly how many of those cases they've actually pursued. We're still waiting for them to call us back.
And coincidentally, Esparza has been in office for about 20 years. Bill, it sounds like a really frustrating issue. Is El Paso unique in this respect?
You know what, Erica? Not at all. Open records requests showed that this is happening in some of the biggest cities in Texas. Dallas law enforcement has no records of any arrests in 2012, and they won't share their policy on interference. San Antonio police provided no policy on the law, and they have no records of arrests either. Houston police have a specific policy that instructs officers not to enforce the law and instead refer complaining parties to civil court. Austin was the only major city in Texas with any record of anyone ever being charged for interference with child custody. 2 cases, both of which were actually filed in court. Reporting live in the studio, Bill Malugin, KFOX 14, News at 9.